The movie begins in a dormitory of girls who are programmed to do things accordingly and must follow all rules and virtues. They are staying at a school called Vestalis Academy. They will start from when they are kids until they reach their maturity. There is a level as they grow older. The last level is level 16. In the dormitory, little girls are lined up as they wash their faces. But Sophia, one of them, accidentally drops her things. She could not find it, so her other friend helped her find it. So they did. But unfortunately, since the line was broken, the girl who helped Sophia was taken and arrested by the guards. The guards are taking her somewhere down to punish her. Other girls are not allowed to look at her because they will get in trouble too, if they will. As they grow older, they learn to follow every virtue, obedience, cleanliness, patience, and humility. In one of their classes, the girls watch a TV video when it suddenly corrupts. Other girls want to go out and stop their classes, especially Greta. But since the most obedient one, Vivian says there is no alarm or any provision that they need to stop, so she suggests staying until someone gives them a go signal. After minutes of waiting for the TV to work out again, it finally works again. Girls are in one room when Ms. Brixel, one of the academy's heads, goes inside the room and announces that they are about to graduate from level 15. Ms. Brixel is the first to graduate from level 15 and will reach the final stage of level 16. The girls are happy to know this because they've wanted it for so long. They have been working hard since they were kids to go to level 16. Hence, Ms. Brixel asks Rita and Vivian to come with her and go to the new Rose Hall, where other girls are also taking themselves into training. Ms. Brixel asks them to go to a room of girls, where Sophia is. She is with other girls who are the same level as her. Ms. Brixel expects Rita and Vivian to teach these girls what they know because they are ahead. Not knowingly, Sophia and Vivian go to the new Rose Hall. Ms. Brixel asks Rita and Vivian to fight inside the bathroom because Sophia has been following and disturbing Vivian since she got there. She's been trying to talk to her. Still, she refuses because she is following the rule. The following day, Ms. Brixel teaches the girls how to dress when a family adopts them. She says they must dress accordingly depending on the family background and social class of the family who will get them. Ms. Brixel also brings the dresses to the girl, with each embroidered name in it. Unfortunately, girls couldn't read because they were not taught to read at the academy. They are delighted with the beautiful dress they got. When the night comes, they need to take a pill, a vitamin that will help their bodies to be healthy. After that, they will go to their respective bunk beds and sleep abruptly. The next day, Sophia is still following Vivian. Vivian gets annoyed with Sophia's presence, but before Vivian gets out and goes to the hall with the other girls, Sophia tells her that don't drink the vitamins, just pretend that she didn't drink them. Vivian initially ignores that advice, but when she's in line, she's been thinking about what Sophia said, so she follows her. She takes the pill, but goes to the nearby bathroom right after. Then Vivian spits out the blue pill in the toilet and flushes it. Vivian doesn't know what will happen after that. The girls are sent to sleep, but Vivian can't. When she looks at Ava, her bedmate, she's sleeping too deep and can't even hear her, even though she's been shouting her name. Suddenly, Sophia gets up from her bed and goes to Vivian. Sophia tells everything that they will not wake up, and the vitamins they took will make them fall asleep and control them. Sophia tells Vivian they can't sleep. They need to pretend they are in deep sleep when someone gets in. Vivian doesn't believe it at first because she thinks that the idea of not taking the pills is a form of disobedience. Still, Sophia assures her everything will be all right. Just follow her. Suddenly, they hear footsteps coming towards their room. Sophia runs fast to her bed and sleeps, while Vivian does the same thing. Ms. Brixel and two guards enter the room, taking Vivian and Rita with them. Two girls are taken to a secluded area downstairs in their dormitory. Both lie on each couch, and Vivian is pretending to sleep. Miss Brixel enters the room with a couple, Mr. and Mrs. Dennison, who are the people who would like to buy a girl. Vivian is listening to their conversation. Miss Brixel is explaining the traits and everything about each girl, their beauty, their stats, and how much they cost. Mrs. Dennison looks at the girls' faces when Miss Brixel tells them she will get the wine. While Miss Brixel is gone, the couple is there to stay. The wife is looking at her face, and she's looking at the mirror, trying to analyze what they are doing. On the other side of the room, her husband is annoyed because Mrs. Dennison seems to back out, wherein they already sacrificed a lot for the surgery. They start to argue, discussing if they will go through the process. While the couple is arguing, Miss Brixel enters the room, holding a bottle of wine, and asks them if they are all right. So the couple finally decides to pick Rita. The guard takes Vivian into the dormitory again. She gets up and tells everything to Sophia. She finally figured out that the families the academy is talking about are not there to adopt, but to sell them instead. bed. Vivian's heart is slowly breaking after these things sink into her mind. She's been obedient throughout her life. That's why Sophia tells her to go outside the room because there's no hope for them. But they hear another footstep, pretend to sleep again, and the guards take Sophia this time. While Sophia is out, Vivian tries to go outside and check everything out. The following day, Vivian and Sophia are closer than ever. They are inseparable and talk a lot. When they suddenly need to go to a regular checkup with the girls are called one by one. And when Vivian's turn comes, she's pretty frightened because she's no longer taking pills. Dr. Miro asks many questions about her, what she's feeling, and everything she's been doing. When the checkup is about to end, Vivian tells Dr. Miro that she's been experiencing sleeping scabs. Dr. Miro tries to figure it out, and Vivian pulls up her dress and shows the doctor the wounds in her back. At first, Dr. Miro gets disappointed because it's a form of uncleanliness, but he gives Vivian's wound a medication, puts some ointment, and tells her to go. Vivian confesses to Dr. Miro that she's not been taking pills for a while now, and the doctor becomes mad and disappointed at the same time. He threatens Vivian that he will report her, but instead, he gives her a second chance. But after giving that second chance, the doctor injects something into Vivian that makes her dizzy and high after she goes to the clinic. Vivian and Ava are fighting back in the dormitory when another two girls competing with Vivian go into the corner. They want to report the ongoing fight, so they call through the telephone. Everyone gets up, and Ms. Brixel enters the room with madness on her face. She takes Vivian with her and puts her in a cage near the hallway. Ms. Brixel warns her that she must reflect on everything she did, or she will spend her time there until graduation. Sophia goes up from her bedroom in the middle of the night to find where Vivian is. She finally finds her, and Vivian is begging Sophia to help her, but Sophia leaves. Sophia goes to the offices to find a key or anything to help them escape. Sophia tries to strangle the guard using the rope she's been keeping with her for a long time. Until then, the guard is chasing her. The scenario gets too bad until Vivian wakes up and thinks it was a dream. She hears footsteps coming into her, and Ms. Brixel opens the cage. She pulls Vivian and takes her to the room with the other girls. Ms. Brixel, Dr. Miro, and other guards are there to scold the girls. They said some valuable things had been missing, and Sophia betrayed them. She was locked out and punished downstairs. The doctor gets mad and pressures all the girls to confess, but because no one is answering, they take Rita and gets punished. As the girls return to their rooms, Vivian peeks out and finds Dr. Miro and Ms. Brixel talking. Dr. Miro gives what Ms. Brixel finds. It's not even lost. Vivian slowly goes to the next door behind her bed. She tries to use the card she gets from Sophia's bed because she panics when she realizes that Sophia is not there anymore. She feels left alone again. When Vivian finds out that the card is not working, she figures out what to do and removes all the screws that are attached to the door. After many minutes of working that thing out, she finds that the card is not working and she attached to the door. She finally removes all the screws and goes to the hallway next to it. On the other hand, Miss Brixel goes to Dr. Miro's office and puts a special liquid into the injection, and she wants to inject it into Vivian. Miss Brixel starts to hear some unnecessary noises. It catches her attention so fast that she figures it out and calls Vivian to go inside, so Vivian does. They are confronting each other. Miss Brixel still tries to gaslight her, but Vivian knows everything and she wants to see Sophia. When Miss Brixel tries to inject her with the syringe, Vivian takes the lamp at the top of the desk and pounds it onto Brixel's head. The tables have turned, and Vivian takes the needle and injects Miss Brixel. Brixel gets unconscious after that. Vivian runs for her life. When she's at the top of the stairs, she thinks about Sophia, so she goes downstairs and looks for her. The room she goes in is super dim with many cages inside. Vivian continues to talk until she finds Sophia lying in one of the rooms. Vivian tries to untie her. They start roaming around the room and find a morgue with bodies in thigh bags. They try to read what it was written. It's Rita, and when figured out, they open the bag and see the dead, skinless body of Rita. Vivian and Sophia panic and they run to the exit stairs. Sophia refuses to go outside because she thinks of the other girls left inside, so she goes back to the other halls and tries to convince the other girls to come with her. She interrupts a lot of ongoing classes of other girls, and Sophia gathers them all and leads them to the stairs. While Sophia is not around, Vivian returns and tries to explore independently. When she finally reaches the office, Vivian touches the screen and the video plays. It shows Dr. Miro and Miss Brixel speaking, and they are explaining their rejuvenating hospitals. They are taking the young, beautiful skin of a lady and giving her a massage. Vivian tries to convince the other girls to come with her, giving it to an older woman who wants to look gorgeous again, like Mrs. Dennison. Dr. Miro explains in the video that the donor will be clean and perfect for them. It's all a cover-up from the crime they are doing. Vivian's heart is dropping, and she can't believe what she saw. She remembers poor Rita, who has been a victim. In the Rose Hall, when Vivian pulls out Miss Brixel, forcing her to tell them the truth. Miss Brixel can't do it because she's loyal to Dr. Miro, but when the girls check Miss Brixel's back neck, they find out that she's operated on, so she's wearing someone else's skin as well. When all the girls gather on the stairs, they all go out and the alarms go crazy. It signals all the guards, and the guards try to stop them, and it comes to the point where the guard is physically fighting against Vivian and Sophia. Sophia gets hurt because the guard stabs her, but luckily Vivian is there to help her to drop the guard from the rooftop they are in. The girls take a lot of courage to fight against the guard. They try to stop him from hurting them and putting them back in the academy. When they successfully throw out the guard, he dies. They ask the girls to run and leave. Vivian and Sophia run out on their own. They are running so fast for their lives, so scared to be caught by the officials. Unfortunately, they are unfamiliar with the outside world. Dr. Miro and other guards see them, and they try to hide in a room, like a room in prison, where there is a gate that Vivian locks. She doesn't want to get picked up by them. Again, Dr. Miro tries to talk to them, telling them that they've been treating them as families, and that's what he's getting out of them. He sees that Sophia is hurt and can't move. He needs to enter the room and take them back to the academy to treat Sophia's wounds, but Vivian refuses. Vivian confronts Dr. Miro and tells him everything she wants to say. She's furious and hurt. It feels like her life was a lie. She's being cared for to die properly. She takes the knife that's in her hand and slices her face. Dr. Miro panics because it's the thing that he values the most. After that, they left. The next day, Sophia and Vivian fell asleep. The police help them and ask where the other victims are. Vivian can't utter another word because of the pain she's been enduring. The police officers tried to help them, taking Sophia, who had been hurt so badly. The movie ends with Vivian and Sophia holding each other's hands, appreciating the sunrise on their face for the first time in the drizzling weather. They finally made it, and they got out.